So, I just wanted to talk about something that I read that really pissed me off, and I just want to know what everyone has to say about it, be it good or bad. I just want to know your opinion about the matter. And it's about how a New York judge just passed a law that said that any NYPD cop has the right to infiltrate and monitor Muslims. Okay, monitor is just a nice way to say spy. To spy on Muslims living in New York for suspicion of terrorist activity. If you haven't noticed, I'm Muslim, and this matter pisses me off. Being a Muslim, it does not make me a terrorist. It does not make my family terrorists. The fact that this judge says it's okay for cops to go into any mosque, any business, or any student association run by Muslims is crazy. To search for terrorist activity, newsflash, Muslims does not mean terrorists. In the dictionary, if you look up terrorist, you won't see the word Muslim next to it. You won't. Anyone can be a terrorist. It can be an American, it can be an Italian, it can be a Hispanic person, African American. It can be anybody. It's not defined by an ethnicity or religion. It's not. The fact that people think it is stupid. You would think from the history that this society would have evolved, would have grown, but it hasn't. It really hasn't. But the fact that discrimination is still happening, it makes no sense whatsoever. How would people feel if a law was passed saying that you can infiltrate churches or synagogues? How would you feel? Like crap, right? How does that make it okay to infiltrate our holy place just to search for terrorists? That makes no sense. You can't judge one man's actions and think it's everybody. 9/11, yeah, it sucked. It did. Osama bin Laden, yes, he was a terrorist. He was. And he was crazy. He was crazy. He thought he was doing God's work. But he wasn't. He was just nuts. But that doesn't make the rest of the Muslim community Muslims. It doesn't. You can't take his actions and judge everybody. Hitler. Holocaust. He was German. Do you see people judging Germans? No. You don't. Why? Osama bin Laden. Terrorist. Crazy, just like Adolf Hitler. Do you see society judging the rest of the Muslims? Yes. Again, why? Why? I'm still a person. I'm like my neighbor. I'm a living human being. I have a heartbeat. I have blood running through my veins. I'm still a person. I just have different beliefs. I have a different religion. That's it. That's the only thing that makes me different from the next person. The only thing. And the fact that it's okay in New York to do that, it's crazy. And the fact that that happened in New York, it won't be long until it happens to the rest of the United States. It won't be long. Trust me. Because a dark shadow has been cast around the rest of the Muslims. And that makes no sense. My stepmom, who chooses to wear the hijab, is too scared to walk outside my house for the fear of being judged and called a terrorist. My 3 little cousins, 13 and 10 and 10, were too scared to go to school here in the United States for the fear of being made fun of or called a terrorist. Me, when I was 12, got called a terrorist by a grown woman. A grown woman called me a terrorist because of my background. How does that make it okay? It doesn't. The fact that this society is so blind to ignorance is stupid. It makes no sense whatsoever. You think the society would have grown. My question now is, what do the rest of you think? And be honest. Don't just say what the next person wants to hear. How do you feel? not all Muslims are bad people. Just like not all Christians are bad people. It's the same thing. You're not born evil. People just do evil things because they're crazy. I just want to know what the rest of you have to say about it. Be it good or bad, just I want to know.